Hey, sweetheart. The other day we read about Isaac and Rebekah's twin sons, Jacob and Esau. And we learned that Esau, whose name was changed to Edom, he's the forefather. They're the nation of the Romans. Today they're called the Europeans. And we also learned that Esau, he sold his birthright to his brother Jacob for pottage. So we're going to get more into the history of the twins who grew up to be two separate nations of people. They came out of one woman, but they're two different nations. So we know that one nation, which is the nation of the Edomites, are the nation of the Europeans. So we're going to learn about the blessings. And this is going to tie in with things that's going on today. So we're going to go to Genesis chapter 27 and we're going to start there, okay? And it came to pass that when Isaac was old, Isaac is their father, and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see. He called Esau, his eldest son, and said to him, so you have Isaac here. He's basically blind. And he called for his firstborn son, which is Esau. Because why did he call for Esau? Because the birthright normally goes to the firstborn. But remember, when Esau sold his birthright to his brother Jacob. And let's see what Isaac said to Esau. My son. And he said to him, behold, here I am. So Esau goes to see what his father has to say. So let's continue. And he said, behold, now I am old. I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow. He telling Esau to get your bow and arrows, get your weapons, and go out to the field. Go to the field and take me some venison. So he's telling Esau to go get your weapons, go hunting, and bring some food back. And make me savory meat, such as I love, and bring it to me that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. So Isaac is telling Esau to make him a delicious meal, something that he loved, so that he'll give Esau the blessing before he dies. Because the firstborn, what does the firstborn get? The firstborn supposed to get the birthright and the blessing. But we have to see what the blessing is, okay? And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're doing now, okay? 5. And Rebekah, their mother, heard when Isaac spoke to Esau, his son. So you got Rebekah, she's in the other room, and she's hearing what Isaac just said to Esau. And Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. And Rebekah spoke to Jacob, her son, saying, so you got Rebekah, she's speaking to her Jacob, one of the twins, and she's saying what? Behold, look, I heard your father speak to Esau, your brother, saying, bring me venison mean venison is food. Bring me venison and make me savory meat that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. And let's see what Rebecca has going on. Rebecca says, now therefore, my son, she's talking to Jacob, obey my voice according to which I command thee. So Rebecca is telling Jacob, listen, do what I'm telling you to do. Do this, okay? We're gonna see what she told him to do. Go now to the flock and fetch me thence 2 good kids of the goats. So she's telling him, look, go out to the flock, get me 2 baby goats, and I will make them savory meat for your father, such as he loved. So while Esau is out hunting and sweating, trying to bring this food back home to make this delicious meal, but you got the mother here, Rebecca, is like, look, I'm gonna need for you to go get 2 goats from out the flock, and I'm gonna whip up something, okay? 10. And thou shalt bring it to your father. She said, look, when I make this delicious meal, Jacob, you have to take this meal to your father that he may eat and that he may bless you, Jacob, before his death. Because remember, Esau lost the birthright and the blessing when he sold his birthright. So we're going to go to another precept, okay? Then we'll come back to this. Right here is it's in Hebrews chapter 12. Yes, Hebrews chapter 12. We're going to start at 16 right here, where it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So Esau, he profaned himself when he sold his birthright to his brother Jacob for a morsel of meat, because he lacked faith. So he lost his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing. See, he could have did what? He could have had the birthright, and he could have also inherited the blessing. We're going to go into the blessing. He was rejected. Esau was rejected because he counted his birthright as nothing, because he lacked faith. So therefore Esau was rejected. Therefore he no longer have a birthright, and we'll learn more about the blessing in a second. So he lost a lot of things behind that. And this right here affects his nation of people till this day. And we're going to find out how. Okay. He was rejected. for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So the Most High, like, no matter how much he cried, no matter how much he plead, he would never get his birthright back, and he would never get that blessing that he was supposed to get. Okay, he will get a blessing, but it's not the one that he was supposed to get. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Genesis. Okay, right here. So we're gonna start at 11. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother. So this is Jacob talking to his mother. He's like, behold. Behold means like, kind of like you're saying, look. Like, look, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Because you remember when Esau was born, he came out hairy all over. He was red and he was hairy. Because was he like the color red like this? No. It meaning that Esau, the people that was before Esau, they had melanin. They had color to their skin. The Europeans, they don't have that. They have very little melanin. So they you can almost see like the blood that shows forth under their skin. That's why the baby was called red. They kind of how can I say this? They described him. They described Esau, but they did not describe Jacob, because Jacob looked like everybody else. Esau came out, he didn't have that melanin. And as you can see today, if you look at the Europeans, their hair grows faster all over their body if they don't, shave or whatever. Not being racist or anything, but still. But normally black people, we don't grow hair like that, okay? So Esau, he had a lot. He had hair. His brother didn't, obviously. My father, peradventure, will fill me and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I shall be a curse, and I shall bring a curse upon me and not a blessing. So Jacob is like, look, if my father touches me, because my father already know that Esau has a lot of hair, and I don't have. I'm smooth. So he's like, if my father touches me, he'll look at me like I'm a liar, a deceiver, and he'll curse me instead of bless me, instead of giving me a blessing. 13. And his mother said to him, let's see what Rebekah said. Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice and go fetch me them. She was like, look, don't worry, basically. Let the curse fall on me if there be a curse. She said, but listen to what I'm saying. Go get those baby goats. Was Rebekah being a deceiver? No, because the Most High had already spoke to Rebekah when he told Rebekah that she would have twins before she even knew that she would bring forth twins. He told her, look, you have two nations in your womb. And these two nations would be separated from your bowels. These two babies will grow up to be two very separate nations. So she knew, because the Most High had already spoke to Rebecca. So that's why she didn't worry. So she was like, go get the goats. And he went and fetched and brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat such as his father loved. And Rebekah took goodly raiment of her eldest son Esau. So Rebekah, she has made this delicious meal for the father. And Rebekah has gotten some of Esau's clothes, which were in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. So she got some of Esau's clothes and put it on. Told Jacob, put these clothes on right here. And she put the skin of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. So what she did, she took the skins of the goats and she put it on Jacob's arms, hands, and neck. So when the father starts to feel, to see who he's talking to, he would then say, okay, this has to be Esau, because Esau is hairy. So she disguised Jacob as Esau by putting on clothes and putting skins of the goat skin on his hands and his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. So what did she do? The food that she prepared, she gave it to Jacob. And he came into his father, and he came to his father and said, so this is Jacob. He went to his father. He has this food in his hand. My father. And he said, here am I. Who art thou, my son? So, Isaac, he's blind. So he's like, who is that? Who are you? And Jacob said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done according as thou had bade me. Arise, I pray thee. So Jacob comes in disguised as Esau and said, I did exactly what you told me to do. I have prepared this meal. And he telling his father to sit and eat. Sit and eat, my Vincent, that thy soul may bless me. See, this is all about the blessing right now. This is what we're focusing on, okay? And Isaac said to his son, how is it that you have found it so quickly? So Isaac is like, how did you hunt this deer down so quick? I mean, I'm not sure what it probably would have been, but I'm just talking. Like, how were you able to hunt so quick and then come back and clean it and prepare the meal and everything? He's like, how did you do it so quick? My son. And he said, because the Lord your God brought it to me. And Isaac said to Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether you be my very son Esau or not? So Isaac is like, come here. Let me feel you. Let me see if you got all that hair up on you, okay? Because I just want to make sure if you're my son Esau or not. And Jacob went near to Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. So can you imagine the confusion that Isaac is what's going through his mind right now? He's like, you feel like Esau, but your voice sounds just like Jacob. And he discerned him not. I mean, he kind of still didn't know, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. So he didn't know. So he was like, okay, he feel like Esau. So guess what? I'm going to go ahead and give you the blessing. Because I know Jacob, he doesn't have this hairy skin. And he said, are you my very son Esau? And he said, this is Jacob talking, I am. And he said, bring it near to me, and I would eat of my son's venison. He's telling him to bring the food, that my soul may bless thee. And he brought it near to him, and he did eat. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said to him, come near and kiss me, my son. So Jacob gave his father the food, and his father told him to come near and give him a kiss. He said, kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled of his raiment and blessed him and said, here's the blessing. See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore, God give thee the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Meaning, give you the dew of heaven, meaning you're going to have power throughout the entire earth. You're not going to want for anything. He said, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine, meaning plenty of food, everything that his heart desired. I mean, this is talking about having control over the entire earth. This is the blessing. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee, and be Lord over your brothers, and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. So this blessing it's talking about having people to serve you. Don't this sound like king and queen type stuff? A nation of people that has its own empire ruling this earth. This is the blessing. Having people to do what? Serve thee. He said, your brothers, even your mother's son, talking about Esau, the nation of Esau, will be a servant under Jacob, when the nation that comes out of Jacob begins to rule. Okay, let's keep going. Cursed be everyone that cursed thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father. Then Esau, his brother, came in from hunting. So as soon as Jacob received the blessing to have power over this earth, talking about a nation of people now that will rule and that will be the leaders of the earth. So now you got Esau. He's coming in. He done been out there in the woods hunting, cleaning this animal, cooking it. He tired. And now he come in. And let's find out what's going to happen, okay? 31. And he also had made savory meat and brought it to his father. So there's Esau. He done cooked. He done brought the food to his father. He said, let my father arise and eat of his venison, that my soul may bless me, that your soul may bless me. So Esau is like, I'm here, Father. Sit up and eat the food that I prepared, that your soul may bless me. And Isaac, his father, said to him, who are you? And he said, I am your son, your firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly. Now imagine how Isaac is feeling. He's nervous. He like confused because he already gave the blessing away. And said, who? So this Isaac talking like who? Confused. Where is he that have taken venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before you came, and have blessed him. So Isaac is like, who was that just left? I already blessed him right before you came. Yea, and he shall be blessed. And he said, look, and yeah, I gave him your blessing, and he will be blessed. That nation that comes out of Jacob will truly be blessed. Ain't no more being servants in the earth, being the so-called minority. He said, look, they will be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said to his father, bless me, even me also, oh my father. So Esau's heart is broke right now. He just all messed up. He like, man, I don't throw away my birthright. Now my blessing is gone. He is crying. Remember what we read in Hebrews chapter 12, where the Most High said, what? Even though Esau, he gonna cry, he said there's still no place found for repentance for him. But let's see what's gonna happen. And he said, your father, and he said, your brother came with subtlety and have taken away your blessing. He said, your brother Jacob, he came sneakily, subtly, and he took your blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? Because the name Jacob means a supplanter. So he said, y'all named him right, because Jacob means supplanter, because he supplanted Esau. For he have supplanted me these 2 times. He have took away my birthright. And behold, look, now he have taken away my blessing. Now you can imagine Esau is ticked off. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? He said, Father, he done took my birthright. He done took my blessing. Father, do you have at least one little thing for me? Do you have something for me? And Isaac answered and said to Esau, behold, I have made him your Lord, and all his brothers have I given to him for servants. He said, look, when that nation began to rule, I have made you a servant unto him, as well as the brethren. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And he gonna have plenty of everything. And what shall I do now to thee, my son? He said, I done gave your brother everything. Now what is it that I should do for you? What can I do? So you got Isaac, he thinking like, what can I do for Esau? I gotta give Esau something, because Esau is my favorite. So let's see what happens. And Esau said to his father, hast thou but one blessing? Like you don't have just one blessing for me, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac, his father, answered and said to him, let's see what Isaac says. Behold, meaning look, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. Meaning Esau, that nation, that the Roman Empire, they will be giving a time to rule over this entire earth. And of the dew of heaven from above, meaning they would not want for anything